Deep down, every single person has a life that you want to live, a life of your dreams that you don't think is freaking possible because of society, man. The older that you get, society's always telling you that you can't do things. You can't start this business, you can't travel around the world, you can't do all this shit, and it's just beating the shit out of you until you can't even believe in yourself. So you just go into the traditional life path that everyone else does. Your mama, your daddy, they tell you to go to college, get this normal job, but the thing is, the entire time you're suffering in silence. You don't like it, and I hated it. I used to try to do that. Whenever I was a teenager, I tried to work a normal job. I tried to just blend in like everybody else, and I couldn't do it because I hated my life. Like every moment of my life, I'd be at that job, and I'm just like, dude, I hate this. Life is not worth living if I can't live how I want to live. If I can't live on my own just demand. I can't do what I want to, whenever I want to, and I have my life by the freaking balls. That's what life is to me. Doing just whatever you want to, having complete freedom, but being very successful at it. So today is just pretty much how I built up several successful businesses, another raw video. So let's go all the way back. I was modeling in Miami, so this was actually really sick. I was modeling there and I was doing pretty well, but the thing is, I was still super broke and I just wasn't very happy, and I did not have a very good living situation. So eventually I had to leave. But I had this dream whenever I was in Miami. I was doing the modeling. In my head, I was like, man, that would be so dope if I can make YouTube videos and make money with the fitness industry, train people online, travel around the world, and get tons of hot girls. It was the coolest idea to me. There's this little Gojek. He's like staring at me. I'm not your guy, bro. I'm not your guy. But let's do no cuts. Let's keep it going. But yeah, I had this dream. It was implanted in my head. So for me to actually achieve this dream, I had to get certifications. I had to become a certified trainer, and I had to get experience to actually know how to do it. I see so many people, they try to start online businesses. They don't know how to do it. They don't have the certifications. They've never done it in their life. I think doing things in person makes transferring it online way easier. So that's the first thing I needed. Second thing I needed was sales experience. If any of you guys, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to make money online, you have to know how to actually sell anything. Like whenever I film a YouTube video, I always sell something, and some of you guys may feel triggered by that. You feel like it's a scam, but dude, people got to be persuaded to make the right decisions. That's just what this is. But you just have to learn to trust the people trying to persuade you. What are they trying to persuade you to do? Is it for your benefit, or are they just trying to mess with you a little bit? So to get the sales experience, I started selling cars. So I actually got hired at the Toyota dealership, and I was selling Toyotas for a little bit. I became the top salesman, and I was the youngest salesman there, outselling all these middle-aged men with car sales. It was super fun actually, but super toxic and draining for the mental health. I know that the car industry is completely different now, but whenever I was doing it, it was super intense, super aggressive. But now I think it's more of a fixed pay, so it's not as crazy. So I did that first, and then I got my fitness certifications, and I started training people, man. I started working at 3 different gyms every single day, Monday through Saturday. I was about 4 a.m. and then typically I'd be training clients until 8 p.m. at night. And then when I was off, I was researching how to start online businesses. The thing is, if you want to actually be successful at this, you have to have a period to where nothing in your life fucking matters except succeeding. The only thing that matters is going to be getting to the next level. Sleep doesn't matter. Girls don't matter. Nothing fucking matters except leveling up. Because if you don't have that obsession, that just that drive, you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna get to the next level. Like, you can't just treat it like a normal job. Just, yeah, I'll work on my business a little bit, I'll do this a little bit. No, you got to be like complete overdrive. Like, it's the only thing you are obsessed with, and that's the phase I was in. I was doing that, stacking all my money. And for me to start my online fitness business, I'm not crazy about marketing. Like, I don't know too much about marketing, but I know one rule about marketing, and that is that you're not selling your product. Like, I'm not selling fitness plans, meal plans. Nobody cares. That's the thing. All they care about is the results. So I wanted the coolest results possible for my fitness business. So I wanted to go to the coolest place in the world, which to me was Bali, Indonesia. I actually just got back here. And so I would post shirtless photos in Bali, Indonesia, and this is the lifestyle that I was trying to portray, and it worked. It started getting me some online clients, but I made the mistake of getting another girlfriend after just another failed long relationship, but this one was so toxic and draining that I no longer even focused on my business. I saved up all this time, I saved up all this money, and then I finally started chasing my dreams, and I got distracted by a fucking woman, man. That's the thing. Like I said, a lot of you guys, you're gonna fail, you're gonna make mistakes. That was my mistake. It used to always be girls. Girls would always be my downfall. So it'd be very, out of everything, I think a woman can be your biggest downfall, man. You gotta be so freaking careful with who you choose to allow into your life. And she would get mad when I would work. She wasn't supportive. She was just not a very good partner when I'm trying to grow this business, and I wasn't getting clients. I wasn't succeeding. And then you guys know the story. I actually went to Europe to actually go visit this girl. We break up, and then I go to Ukraine, and I get stuck in Ukraine. But the issue is I spent all my money on this girl. I was paying for all of her stuff. I wasn't focused on business. So now I was in Ukraine, pretty much broke, back to where I started. And it was during COVID. I could have gotten a charter flight back to America, or I could have tried to actually figure out how to finally start this online business. So instead of quitting, I had the idea, I'm not going to go back home until I succeed. So I stayed in Ukraine and I hustled, man. I got like 10 different not 10 different phones, but 10 different Instagram accounts on 2 different phones. And I would DM pretty much 1,000 people every single day, so 100 on each account, and I would just ask them, like, do you need help with your fitness goals? And this is how I started my first fitness business. I would just obsessively do that. I'd post content on all my platforms. I wasn't even on YouTube. And then after that, I actually got 25 clients in 1 month just grinding it out. And so that told me, like, man, there's no way you're going to quit. You're already succeeding. You're already almost making as much money as you did from one of the gyms whenever you were training in person in America. There's no quitting now. So I kept doing that. And then I started my YouTube. Now, YouTube actually, for me, it was more of a diary when I started. I was doing semen retention. I had mental health issues because I was alone in Ukraine. Pretty much I started YouTube because I had nobody to speak to. My mental health wasn't that bad, but really, when you don't have anyone to talk to, you just kind of start going crazy. So I started YouTube just to feel like I had someone to talk to. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So I started that, building that. I had hundreds of videos on a different channel that I completely took down. And then I was like, you know what? I'm actually kind of getting good on camera. At first, I sucked though. Like, I would turn on the camera and I just start shaking. I could not do this. It gave me more anxiety, just the public speaking, talking to people, than anything else. So I started like my first real YouTube where I was actually focused on helping people. And at first it was just to help people. I wasn't trying to make money from it. Then obviously it grows and grows, and then things grow to a certain point to where you have to question yourself. Like, I'm spending all this time investing into this. I feel like I need to get something out of it. So obviously that's whenever I started marketing more products, more my coaching, things like this. But the first 300 videos or so on this channel was purely just helping people, which is still my passion. You know, like, that's why I do this. I think whenever you do anything, you should actually feel happy about what you're doing, the impact that you're actually making in people's lives, because that's what this is all about at the end of the day. So yeah, man. So I started the YouTube, and then obviously last year I started my supplement company, and then a couple years ago I got back into modeling in Asia. I've been traveling all over Asia modeling, and then this year I started my school, selling programs, stuff like that. So I have a lot of different streams of income scattered around to where now I have complete financial freedom. I can do whatever I want to and just live the life that I want to. But there's been so many times when I've wanted to quit. So many people tell me, move back, get a normal job, do this. But man, if you feel like you are just suffering with that normal, just daily life that everyone else is doing, just the 9 to 5, nothing against 9 to 5s. I have so much respect for it. But for me, I just always felt like I was meant for something more. Call it narcissistic. I don't care what you want to call it. I'm going to call it. I was obsessed with this idea in my head, and I did not quit until I actually got it. But now there's new ideas in my head, new levels that I got to get to. So you guys are going to see me keep changing, keep evolving. And I'm so grateful for all you guys here, man. So I think that's it. I think that's all on my mind. So the biggest thing for me to grow a successful business now is just building up my social media, you know, specifically YouTube. And more importantly than anything, you have to offer really good advice to people for free. You have to tell people how to improve their life, how to do this, how to do this, if you actually want people to trust you. That's why YouTube is the best platform in the world. TikTok, Instagram, you don't grow clients from that. You don't grow customers from that because you're not building a relationship. This, I feel like I can actually build a relationship with you guys, which is what it's all about. So that's it, man. Subscribe if you're new. I love you with all my heart.